Hello and welcome to all you Pisceans. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for August 2014. Now, lots of things are happening in August and I'm going to make a little summary there of, first of all, some things that are happening that I think are important, which is firstly the conjunction between Saturn and Uranus during the whole month. Secondly, a new moon in Virgo, nice for you as well. Thirdly, the Venus-Jupiter conjunction in your 6th house and a bit of Mars-Saturn as well. So let's get started with the first one, with the conjunction of Saturn and Uranus. Now, so Saturn is in Scorpio and it's at 16 degrees that it forms an conjunction with Uranus at 16 degrees of Aries. Now, normally I don't look at conjunctions, but they are quite significant, especially when two planets, when you're doing these general horoscopes, and these are two outer planets connecting with each other. I think it's quite significant. Because what is an conjunction? An conjunction is tough energy. It's not easy to handle. It's something that is between an opposition, which is certainly not easy, but there is a tendency to balance the two and not project anything with the oppositions. And it's also between a trine, and a trine is easy energy. So it's somewhere between there. But when two planets are in conjunction, as Saturn and Uranus are, it always means that two planets cannot be merged. There is a tendency that you want to merge those two energies, but it's not possible, and it's not supposed to be like that as well. So they are not supposed to blend with each other, those two energies. And so let's talk about Saturn first. So Saturn is in your 9th house for a long time, and now it's going direct, and it's doing its thing there, which is Saturn is all about structure, it's all about disciplining, it's all about working hard. So I've been talking about that for a while. Pisces are working hard when it comes to their own belief system, when it comes to really investigating their belief system and their philosophies, for really investigating and working very deeply to understand the world and to understand the whole picture, which is the 9th house. It's the Sagittarian house of God, the divine, of astrology, and etc. So the Pisces have, and for some, of course, who are studying, it's a very focused time. So with Saturn there, studies is not always the most pleasant thing, higher studies, but with hard work you can get somewhere. That's Saturn in that 9th house. So it's in conjunction with Uranus, and Uranus is in your 2nd house. And Uranus in itself is a totally different energy than Saturn. Uranus is not about going deep and about restrictions. Uranus is about liberty, making someone unchaining themselves of something. And it's in your 2nd house, the house of finances, the house of your self-esteem and self-confidence. So it has been for the Pisces a bit like that, probably. Their income or their self-esteem with peaks and lows. And there's something about those two houses, those two energies, that are working together and connected with each other, but that cannot be merged. So what could it be for the Piscean? Because I know this is a very general explanation. It could be, for instance, that you are doing a lot of hard work, which is Saturn in the 9th house, which can be in your philosophy, your belief system, your study that you do. You're doing quite a lot of energy there, but there is uncertainty, which is Uranus, when it comes to money. Maybe those two houses are maybe connected, that maybe you're working hard at work for a certain project that has to do with you investigating a lot of things, and how can you get money out of that? This is the 2nd house. Or how can you get self-esteem or confidence out of you exploring things? So these are the two houses that are really emphasized, especially during the whole month of August. But as I said, which are not compatible. You can't merge them. And it's supposed to be like that. So don't even try, because at one stage, one day, you will be able to merge it. But now it's like this very sense of that you sense that you can't do this. And I have two inconjunctions in my natal chart. I have what they call a yacht. So I know that energy. And it's really an energy of discontentment at times. And if you're trying too hard, actually, I gave you the example of maybe gaining money out of projects that you're doing. If you're pushing too hard, you will become even more discontent. But if you deal with it, if you are, in other words, it is a bit of, well, yes, it is as it is, so be it, then it goes easier. And then even maybe in the future, or not too far from now, you will be able to gain maybe money out of your projects, or to gain a bit more self-esteem out of what you're doing with that Saturn there in your 9th house. So it's not that it has to be solved during this month. It is like, it's really how you need to feel that this discontentment has to be there. I know this sounds a bit crazy, but this is with the inconjunctions. It's really difficult energy to grasp, but if you explore with it, and if you know that it has its good ultimate result in the future, then you'll understand it better. Now what else? There's also Mars there in your 9th house. And Mars and Saturn together, I made a separate video of that. So you can check the link below if you want to know more. Mars and Saturn together in the same house, in the 9th house, emphasizes even more the focus that you are going to do about 9th house issues, about understanding the world, about understanding the bigger picture. You know, it's not about the detail now, but it's done in a very focused and detailed way, you could say, and in a very deep way. It can also mean that you work with foreign people, or that you work abroad, or with people from abroad, and that it's quite hard, and that it demands a lot of energy of you. The good side of the Mars-Saturn is focus. You can have a super focus and keep on the doing and the working. The negative side is frustration. So you can pick either one, or it can be both. But that's the Mars and the Saturn. It can also mean when you travel that it's a bit frustrating. You know, certainly if you travel for business, that it can be a bit frustrating because things are not happening as you want them to happen, and so on. The other energy that is way softer is Venus and Jupiter, and that's in your 6th house. For approximately, Venus is there as from the 12th to 13th of the month. So Venus and Jupiter in your 6th house. I have another video about Jupiter in Leo separately. You can check that out as well. But Venus also there in that 6th house is very good for you Pisceans for having a bit more fun, you could say, with your day-to-day routines and understanding them better, and also enjoying your day-to-day things, you know, having your coffee every day and having a good meal at a certain time, and at a very, you know, the day-to-day routines actually that you do, you can benefit from it. Your health, but also your work actually. You can improve your work by doing those things in a better way, and enjoy it, or trying to enjoy it, and you will succeed in that. And last but not least, there is the new moon in Virgo, and Virgo is the opposite sign of yours, and the new moon is at the end of the month, around the 25th. So new moons always mean new beginnings or endings. So for a lot of single Pisceans, it is an opportunity to meet someone new, and especially as from around the middle of the month, let's say the 16th, no, I'm lying, as from the 24th, actually, so that's not really the middle of the month. There is a sun in your 7th house, so other people can shine for you, or you see that they shine for you, and you identify with them better than ever. You can meet someone new. If you are in a relationship, there is something new happening there. for good or for bad, but there's something new. There's a new stage happening, hopefully like this, not like that, in your relationship as well. And I think that's the most important. So check out the other videos if you are interested, and if you want a reading, check out the information below as well. Thank you for watching, you Pisces, and see you next month. Bye bye.